It's like K.O.B. inside MSG. So like we top seed, old school's top speed. Pimp slap left hand, is that hoe gon' bang? Is your bitch gon' gang? Is your nuts on swang? That's pinning who they attached to. Pistachios and bag moves. Took my head up out my moon to be the sun and hoop in glass shoes. Cash, back up on that ass. Season dose, I'm off that gas too.
Coming no warning, Jack kamikaze. Bloody, battered and bruised. Adrian life been rocky. Third act of my saga struggle didn't break me or stop me. Dressing like I like my hair real drippy and sloppy. Draped up and dripped out. Put my money where I be talking about to move to H-Town and motherfucking burn it down. Henry tried not by Optimate Prime. I'ma still be in there to the day that I die. Wow.
I finally got my baby, yeah. Supply to ease your mind. I said it's all no.
It's your boy P. Henry Trotter the Fourth, aka Home Run Trot, aka Casino P, aka Quinn with the pen and with the lens, aka Mock Tube, cause it's already written, aka Chef Boy RP, aka Fat Hope Fred, aka at Frederick _Thuglis on your IG, aka Sneeze, cause I bless these hoes, aka your grandma's favorite house guest, cause that boy got manners. And it is season 2, episode 58 of Give Me Some Headlines. And while you may be looking at the screen and seeing half of the co-host of this show, the other half is he on his way. He on his way, man. If you think back to season 1 of Give Me Some Headlines, now that we are over a year into this endeavor, your boy used to show up a certain kind of way. And but before my dog slide on in this thing, I want to talk to y'all a little bit, man, about, few things I've been thinking about lately. One in particular. But yeah, man, your man's has been in a really good place. A really, really good place. And I've been thinking about the things that put me in a good place. And I just wanted to talk about that with y'all, man. Think about the things that put you in a good place and where you feel mentally well, where you feel physically well, where you feel spiritually well. And I don't know if it, for you, if it's people or if it's places or if it's certain activities or what have you, what may be, but do more of those things. My dog talked to me earlier. We have our weekly meeting and he talked to me about, through the business meeting, we talked about, doing things that we want to do and doing things that bring us joy and not doing anything outside of that. And I took that with me when we had our meeting on Thursday, and I took it with me into Friday and into the weekend. And I did a lot of things that just made me happy, man. Like a lot of things that brought me joy. Spent a lot of time with my significant other, man. Spent some time on the phone with my family, call my pops, talk to my mom. You usually, when we check base, it'd be about 5-10 minutes. Man, me and mom talked for about an hour, and it gave me or put me in super high spirits going into the weekend. And so yeah. I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah. But yeah, it put me in super high spirits, man. And so those are some of the things. I watched some television, man. Watched some good things on TV. Watched some basketball. Got out in the sun. Walked my puppy. And so that was all love. And it wasn't real big shit, you know what I mean? Like went out to grab some food from the farmer's market, like real small things that may seem small, but those small things, like you very likely hear, they add up. And so before I get into this episode and talking about any more of these things, man, I want y'all to hear, or I want to hear from my dog and how his ass did after our meeting, and know him doing things that brought him joy over the weekend, and him doing things that he wanted to do and not doing things that he didn't want to do. So, let's we gonna send our energies out into the universe, and we gonna bring in COD MD, the doctor.
Yeah. So like I was telling you, Denzel, man, you need to go ahead and buy 10,000 at that price point, man. You got to go ahead and do that. Yeah, man, you'll never have to do another movie again unless you feel like it. You know what I'm talking about? You talking to me? Hey, you talking about I did. Yeah, I already know it. I did D-Wash. You know what I'm talking about? What up with your boy? This shit, dog. CODMD, the doctor, aka CODMD, CEO, aka little did y'all know, boy, we doing big things, making big shit happen around there, bitch. What it do, boy?
Big things, pop.
That's how about
big things.
Hell yeah, man. But address the motion at hand, man. The weekend, man, it was a real chill vibe, man. I went and put some good energy out in the universe, you know what I'm saying? Checked on some people I felt like needed some checking on, you know what I mean? Put some good love out in the universe. Kicked it with some fam from the hood I hadn't seen in forever, you know what I'm saying? Shot a little pool, real player shit, you know what I'm talking about? But it was like, you know what I'm saying? Food for the soul, pure energy, you feel what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Did some research on vibration. And you'd be surprised at how effectively vibration move things. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, the vibration from a drum with a width of 10 inches can lift something that's like an inch per pound is not crazy at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a very interesting thing I'm playing with as far as that go, but I'm gonna keep that on the low for somebody to be knocking at my door. But yeah, I'm playing with vibrations over here, doing little experiments and shit in my spare time, man. What crazy shit you want?
Man, I been doing a lot of learning, man. So I'm putting together my curriculum for the rest of the year, and putting together like the books that I'm going to sit. I told you that I had only read in the past 2 years. I'd only read 5 books, and I want to at least read one a month. And so for the rest of the year, we got about 6 months left in the year, 6.5 months left in the year. And so I picked up some books that that book came in the mail too for the next joint for Bullshit Book Club. It came in the mail today also. And it's on my list. But yeah, one of them is the photography storytelling workshop. So just really focusing on, like you said, doing things that bring you joy and doing things that you want to be doing, man. Like if I want to be reading, I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be learning, and I'm building some skills, man. So one of the things that I really want to do is get into this photography, man, and storytelling and blending medias together. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But that's some of the crazy shit that I've been on. And then learning more about fasting and what it does for, like, I still really want to dive into as I'm coming into the last weeks of that process, really diving into the text and learning more about how I can maximize it as I want to finish strong, man. So that's the crazy shit that I've been on.
That's a bet, man. You know. I've been trying to stay connected with the Cowmunity as we get deeper and deeper into this thing and grow this shit out, man, which is beautiful. And we actually, you know what I'm saying, for this week's flickety flight that you talking about, man. We actually got a question from our first Give Me Some Questions edition entry, you feel, man? It came by way of TikTok. Shouts out to the young folks, man. And it was actually something that was kind of argumentative from a cat, and he really wanted an answer. And I was like, you might want to tune into the show because I couldn't answer in the characters they give, man. But the question he asked from the Cowmunity was, if God exists, he started off with a heavy one. We coming out the gate heavy, y'all. If God exists, then why do bad things happen to good people? And I've heard this question throughout my lifetime, and I heard it as a kid, and I never gave it too much energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised Christian and my faith was strong, so there was nothing like those type of questions. I was like, you have to come harder than that if you're trying to shake my faith. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But even though, like, as I mature in my spirituality, I wouldn't designate myself a Christian, even though I was raised in the Christian faith. I still live on a lot of the tenets, and it shaped and built my morality and things of this nature. And even though I wouldn't, like I say, subscribe or say that I am a Christian, I do believe in a higher power and a creator. And when people ask questions like this, I'm like, I'm not the person to ask if you thought that was a rhetorical question. Because there are countless answers to that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I thought it would be a great way to kick off the show as a flight deck, just to discuss some of the possibilities or just hypotheticals for why something like that is the case. And I just like to start off with an example before I toss it to you to kind of get the conversation going. You know what I'm saying? Like serve that ball across the net before I have you volley it back and get your feedback on it. But the very first thing that came to mind to tell this young brother was, if bad things didn't happen to good people, who the fuck would help the other good people who went through those bad things? If only assholes got cancer, there would be no cancer foundation and research. They'd be like, oh, if I'm gonna die from it, fuck y'all. I could care less what happened to them niggas 20, 30, 40 years from now.
True.
You feel what I'm saying? If only assholes had gotten robbed, they wouldn't be worried about protecting y'all. You feel what I'm saying? There'd be no safety measures put in place. If bad things didn't happen to good people, there would be no measures put in place to benefit other good people, to circumvent the different difficulties of the world. You feel what I'm saying? Because when I think of bad things happening to good people, doggy, I extrapolate this shit out. I don't think in a microcosm and be myopic like something bad happened to me. So if God exists, why that happened? First of all, you making the assumption that you're a good person. You judge, jury, and executioner and saying God don't exist because you don't like the cards that you was dealt and you ain't even finished playing your hand. You moving with no faith. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at its most basic level, I go back to the genesis of humanity in trying to figure out how to be humans. If good people didn't eat poisonous berries and properly catalog it, we'd still be trying to figure out what's okay to eat and what's not to eat. Because assholes would say nothing after they ate them poisonous berries. The niggas who you come back into the house and like, God damn, that shit was close, boy. You get scratched, you get bit. And then it's that one nigga in the zombie movie who lying about getting bit by the zombie. And then he started to turn and now y'all got to kill that nigga when y'all could have went ahead and put him down before he turned if he was a good person. You feel what I'm saying? Bad things happen to good people for countless reasons. And I took it into something a little bit more lighthearted. Zombies ain't lighthearted, but it's fictional. So, but like in so many different ways, like good people and their negative experiences help shape, mold, and teach other people how to avoid those cataclysms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I toss that to you, man, for your feedback, and also something else that may help a wandering soul find a little bit of peace or reasoning in some of the things they're experiencing. Because I know that he ain't ready to hear this shit, but if you truly are a good person, man, first thing you got to do is realize that you are on the other side of everything you ever thought would kill you. So until something do, move with that power and know that one day this will be behind you as well. And if you truly are a good person and you respect that justification for why bad things happen to good people, you need to be plotting and planning on how you're going to bless others who may be going through what you're struggling with. And the thing that's so fucking difficult, it got you questioning your faith. You need to be trying to figure out how to be a light in that cave of darkness for somebody else who need to make it out. Maybe that is why you are experiencing what you're experiencing. You may be the first nigga to have bit that poison berry, and it's your job to make sure niggas know they need to be eating cherries and strawberries. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess my follow up to what you said is, yeah, like I don't want nobody in my gang that ain't been tested. You know what I mean? And that's for me, like that's, I guess you can, yeah, like God is the ultimate gang leader. And so, and so I think that's proof that he exists is that people are tested. Like I got to test everybody that's out here. Like I can't, you know what I mean? Like I got to see who's who and who's what, and like who's going to step up to, who are my leaders? Who are my lieutenants? Who are my captains? Who are my generals? I need to figure that out. Or who is in a completely different army. And like, so I believe I believe the fact that bad things happen to good people is part of the proof that there is a God.
And even beyond that, I believe it's proof of free will. To sit and act as if a lot of the bad shit that happened to good people isn't the result of bad people making decisions of their own volition. Like, let's not sit here and act like niggas ain't starving because people are making deliberate decisions to not allocate resources to them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't no, look at these children starving in Africa. If there's a God, how is that happening? Them white folks who own the rights to their water source and they're funneling it off to the Nestle Corporation to make that Coca-Cola and that crap bullshit that they put poison on top of. If that wasn't happening, them niggas would have water. They could grow their own food. They wouldn't be starving. So don't blame that shit on God when man is the reason for that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, don't you fucking dare when free will is to blame for that shit, not the absence of a creator.
Right.
Like, some of that shit is petty to blame on God, nigga. Do some, not even research, just do some fair accounting is all I'm gonna say on that.
I found some scripture that kind of went along with this. If you, people who read the Bible or any kind of text, I mean, it's Old Testament. I think it actually may be New Testament. I'm sorry. But Matthew 5:45 says that ye may be the children of your father, mother, who is in heaven. For she maketh her son, to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. So it just kind of goes to that fact of, yeah, like everybody, if you hear, you're going to go through some shit. And for you to believe, if I'm a good person, nothing bad should happen to me. And things, yeah, like you said, things that are happening to me that are opposite of what I would have happened to me means that there is no creator. I think that's an immature outlook on things. And it's short-sighted. And like not that I want people to run around being able to hurt folks and like, or being able to treat people poorly. But that's like you said, that's the hand that we've been dealt. And everybody's dealt a hand. And I believe that it's more of and I know people maybe disagree with this, but I believe that is the presence of a creator. Yeah. Is the fact that everybody that's here going to have to go through, and everybody not going through the same shit either. You know what I mean? Like, we all get tested in different ways, and we all are going through all these different, our Grand Theft Auto, like our missions, and our purpose through this life, man. So I don't believe that. Yeah, I believe that's a very short-sighted outlook on life in general, to believe that, man, well, bad things happening to good people means the absence of a creator. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand with it. I believe that it's I think I wrote, what did I write down? I think bad things happening to good people proves God's existence. God needs testimonies. And God needs testimonies. Like, it's
And good things happening to bad people is proof of unconditional love, not the absence of a creator. That's what that's proof of, unconditional love. And that pissed him off when I sent that back. I ain't send all of this stuff back, but I sent that back. I was like, that's proof of unconditional love. And the fact that you stand at what your neighbor have and evaluating his soul and his weight and his merit and his blessings doesn't speak to that good person shit you talking about for yourself. Because a lot of that shit is not supposed to be done by good people. But even beyond that, man, I got this shit tatted on my ribs, nigga. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. Bad things happen to good people because that amorphous rock that get dropped into the world has to be smoothed out to become beautiful. It's just, nigga, a diamond is not prism cut when it comes out of a mountain. It has to be shaped, cleaned, polished in order to be ornamental. You understand what I'm saying? It is what is ornate and beautiful and mounted in all these chains and all these rings and this shit that is a symbol of love forever. It's that when it come out the mountain dirty and fucked up. So are you. When you slide out, placenta coming right behind you, nothing but life and gook all on you, waiting for a smack on the ass to scream your life into the world that you hear. You are an amorphous rock waiting to be cleaned up, shaped, and cut. That is why bad shit happen to good people. We all grow through some of the same things. And the good people and the bad people, if that's what you want to call it, is the result of how they respond to the experiences. Your ribs touching. Do you go steal something in order to solve that need? Or do you find a way to create so that you can have the resources to provide? These same experiences, these same instincts, these same feelings are what create the distinction between the two. Why do good things happen to bad people? You looking at a nigga you want to say is a drug dealer or a thief or a robber. He has all these material things. He went out and took that shit when you chose to starve until you figured out a way to get it the right way, if that's how you see it. How you're judging good and bad people is shaped by these experiences. So the why is outfitted by the need for the question in and of itself too. That's the philosophy side of it. And I didn't want to start off with that answer, but I tossed that to you for the conclusion of this, man, just for your thoughts on the philosophical angle behind. To get to good and bad people, you need those bad things to happen to see how people respond to them.
Yeah, that was kind of what I wanted, how I led off is just, you need everybody. Yeah, we all need it, man. And if you didn't have it, like what would it be? Like you wouldn't, what kind of, especially when you're looking at what a lot of this human experience is being told and seeing stories and being a part of stories that are inspiring or encouraging, or, you know, like you see the news and like this happened over here. Like what, and it's, I feel like it's more of an internal battle. And
if the small shy kid didn't get bullied, how would you know who was going to stand up for the little guy? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It play out countless ways, G. It's needed. It's necessary. And it's the result of free will, G.
Yeah. Yeah. It's necessary. It's all necessary. Some of it, I know we feel like it's not necessary sometimes, man. And we hate that we have to lose lives to free will and people doing things that are kind of heinous and evil, and how we would describe it. And even talking it out now, you like, damn, like people actually get murdered. Like that happens. And you think to yourself, damn, well, why did that have to happen? Well, you obviously in a perfect world, it doesn't happen, but it does. And so what the fuck are we going to do about it? Like how do we respond? How do the good and the bad people respond to it? Do you care enough to to really be a good person? And is it going to inspire you to do something about, is it going to inspire you to do something about it? Or are you going to sit in your armchair and continue to, oh, ain't no God. That was a great person that was murdered, or, that was hit by that car, or got cancer, or, is facing some kind of, facing a challenge in their life. That was a good person that this is happening to. Why is this happening to that person? It's because we all have our journey, man. We all have our journey, and that's part of the beauty of this shit as well, is that you don't know what the fuck is around the corner for you. That's the beauty of being one of the mortals that is placed here by the Creator, created from that clay, is that, man, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen that could possibly shatter my clay. And that's part of the beauty of this existence, man. So I appreciate that, man. That was a great mental exercise for one thing, because it make you think about, obviously we probably all ask that question at some point or another in our lives, man, in one form or another. And so to be able to talk it out loud.
Oh yeah. I never asked myself, if you exist, why is this happening to me? But I have sat down and had some frank conversations with the big homie. Like, straight up, I ain't even on my knees for this one. I'm sitting on a picnic table in the middle of a park in the middle of the night with a screwdriver that's the size of a goddamn, you remember them big ass bubble mugs that niggas used to take the football game? But I had a barrel screwdriver. I'm sitting out there drinking out that bitch like it war, and I'm talking about, yeah, you fucking up. You really fucking up. Big time. I talk to him. Sometimes I ain't asking for shit. We just finna have a conversation, cuz.
Yeah.
I don't like none of this shit you got going on. You fucking up. And for 10 minutes, that might be all I could come up with. But I'm sitting there, I'm clearing my mind, and I'm letting him have it. Like, yo, square bitted. And to be honest with you, I feel like sometimes he need that feedback.
Yeah.
Cause some of his children gonna come to him sugarcoating shit.
Right. Don't go to God.
And I have been the fifth of 5 boys and seen how going to your parent works out differently for each child. And parents need that shit sometimes. So I talk to the big homie. You feel me? Get it right. Get it right. And them signs ain't clear enough, nigga. And them signs ain't clear enough. Now, before anybody who hear this, go out here and do this shit, understand, one of the times I said that I got hit by a tow truck. So he'll make that shit clear. Be careful how adamantly you ask for certain shit. He be answering, like I told y'all in season 1, man, you be asking for strength and he'll give you difficulty to harden you, to make you strong and prepare you for different shit you'll go through. So the prayers always get answered. Niggas just don't always be listening when he start talking. And you ask him to scream, he'll scream at your ass. Proceed with caution. like dead ass, like a prayer my big brother put in my life that I use with caution, and I've only done it like 2 to 3 times in my life. But the very basis of it is, I come to you humbly and I simply ask that you point me in the right direction. My heart is open and I am listening. And I promise that with all of the faith I have in my system, that once I know which way to go, I will pick one foot up and put the other one down. That simple. Once I point me in the right direction, and I promise I will walk. I don't have to see the next step. I know you got me. He gonna point you. It might not be the direction you thought. That shit dangerous. When I tell you, you get an answer. If you want to have that free will and you don't want coach to call the play, don't pray that prayer. Belichick sitting the play in. Believe it. You want 7 rings or you want to be goddamn Peyton Manning calling your own plays for 20 years and racking up bullshit stats? You want to be Tom Brady or you want to be Peyton Manning? Be careful with these prayers. Cause he'll answer. If I exist, why do bad things happen to good people? How fucking dare you? He'll give you an answer. Yeah, talking about, yeah, dare you fuck around, be headed to work, get hit by a car, and then you see on the news your building got bombed or some shit. He be answering wild, but niggas don't be listening. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I done been in crazy situations and like I give a safe scenario. Like I get a flat tire and damn near hit the median, doggy. I'm in the fast lane. Nigga, I'll pull over. And by the time I get my tire on and I'm headed to where I'm going, a nigga hit me up and tell me that bitch got shot up. Dead ass. This has happened more than once. Nigga, I have been headed into a ravine and got a text message, and that's how I woke up. Coming back late night, you know what I'm saying, on the run. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where I can't stop nowhere. Ain't no stopping at a hotel. Ain't no this. I got to get back home. You feel me? And a chick who was mad at me was texting me to kind of open the lines of communication back up out of the blue. And I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm like, and to be straightforward, her best friend had did some really fucked up shit to her that day, and she needed to talk to me. So she was opening up the lines of communication for herself. But if that fucked up thing didn't happen to her, she don't call me. And I don't wake up. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't play with that driving sleepy shit. I drive, I ain't gonna say nothing else after that. I don't drive sleepy under no circumstances. I got that out of my system before I turned 20. I ain't did it in over a decade, on God. But it's the only thing that I don't feel like I can beat. I do not drive sleepy, G, under no fucking circumstances. But like, bad things happen to good people for countless reasons, man. And the last example I give you to close that bitch out is, as a young nigga, man, I remember this shit like it was yesterday, bro. Before I turned 10, I can remember 10 different situations where we blew tires, our alternator fucked up, or the car shut down. And me and my mama, who raised 5 boys by her goddamn self, are broke down somewhere. And we were never stranded somewhere and somebody didn't come help us. And it was always a old nigga in a truck or some shit like that. He pull up and like, oh, I see what you need right here. Goddamn. He pull out a gas can, jiggle the fucking carburetor. He throw some gas in that bitch. Turn that key now. Hit that gas. Now, pat that gas. Hold up. One of y'all boys get in that driver's seat real quick. Because he wanted to be able to yell at the person who was doing it. And he didn't want to yell at our mom. All right, now do it. That bitch started up. When I tell you, I don't give a fuck what is on my schedule. I don't care if I'm headed to some pussy. I'm headed to work. I'm headed to pick up a pizza that's going to be cold and mucky, and I might as well just buy another one if I don't get there in the next 10. If I see somebody who need help, nigga, skirt, that could be somebody's mama. You feel what the fuck? It's that fucking simple for me. And I don't care if it's a dude. Put up on a nigga at Family Dollar one day. He's sitting there waiting on goddamn triple. I said, how long you been here, cuz? He said, man, I've been here like 45 minutes. I said, bro, I know you don't know me from a can of paint, and I ain't a mechanic by any means, but you care if I take a look at that shit? He like, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. And nigga popped the hood. I looked under that bit. The nigga battery had corrosion all around that bit, man. I took some little pliers out my trunk, took that bitch out, cleaned that bitch out with a toothbrush. You feel what I'm saying? I told that nigga, I said, man, get you a Coca-Cola at the gas station. Nigga got the Coca-Cola, and I hit that bit with the Coca-Cola, and that shit clean anything. Don't drink that shit, y'all. Unless they paying us to advertise. But yeah, clean the corrosion out the battery and shit, hit that bit with a rag. I put that bitch back on. He was like, man, you got some jumper cables? I said, you don't need no jumper cable. He turned that bitch spark crank right up. I hopped in the wood. He said, boy, you a cold motherfucker. He tried to shoot me some bread. I pulled off on his ass. You know what I'm talking about? Cause he was in some nice shit. Tried to shoot me some bread. I was like, don't get that shit out of here. You feel what I'm saying? Fire the blunt up on his ass. Turn that goddamn Master P up, nigga. I went back to 92 on his ass. I felt like the ice cream man out here helping the kid, these little young niggas. But yeah, man, bad things happen to good people for countless reasons, man. And I just simply hit you with something that my grandma hit me with. She said, baby, never let anybody change you for the worse. So whatever you're going through, man, that got you feeling all type of ways, find a way to let it change you for the better. That's all I ask for you, and that's all I pray for you. Love.
Square bitty, man. Square bitty. I appreciate my dog for giving us that flight deck and that question and that food for thought. Wanted to move into a chop session with you, man, and talk about what we're doing right now, which is establishing a platform, a media platform, for the people, for folks who are out here consuming content, and people who are creating content. And I saw this article, man, that was super interesting, and I sent it over to you. And it's 6 shifts, and the name of the article is by Bain and Company, but and I think Bain and Company, I forget exactly what they do. I think it's a research company, but it's the name of it is 6 Shifts Changing the Future of Media. And so, as we are a year into this platform and still building out this platform and working to give people some meat and potatoes, along with along with some veggies and, dessert and all these other things. I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to take a look at it, and just a quick rundown of those 6 things. And for some reason or another, okay, there we go. The first thing.
While my dog technical difficulty figure that out, I'm gonna just talk to y'all about media in general, man. This is a shift in landscape, and its importance has been underestimated for a great deal of time. But I feel like with the last gentleman who was in office, in the highest office in the land, the presidency, with a lot of the direct allegations of spreading falsehoods, media and the merit of it and the trustability of it has been thrust into the forefront, and it's in everyone's consciousness. So what's next for media is hugely important, and I'm very interested with this article that our brother P, author of All Spike P Joints, has got for us in the community. And I toss it back to my brother on that note.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you. So there are 6 things that are shifting the change in the future of media. The first thing is omnipresent delivery, which is, I'll go through all 6. Omnipresent delivery, my media. The third thing is a global aperture. The 4th is consumer producers. And then the 5th is the emerging metaverse. And the 6th is beyond reality. And so I'll just go through a couple of points. This will be in the show notes, but I'll go through a couple of the points that are in here. That one that we see that are currently happening, and the others are emerging and becoming a thing. But we saw with COVID that folks were at home a lot during the COVID time, and when we were in lockdown and everything, and the streaming viewership for phones, even now, this is you being at home in front of your TV, whether it be 42-inch, whether it be 54-inch, whether it be a 60-inch, whether it be 72-inch, so on, what have you. Watching shit on your phone went up 40% with people being at home more than they weren't. I'll say that again. Watching shit on your phone 3x5, whatever the hell, folks who got that, the Galaxy Note, which is a 13-inch MacBook, essentially, walking around with it up to their head. Like people was watching it more so on, people were watching things 40% more on their phones during that time. And so people are demanding, obviously, the content that they want, where they want it, when they want it. And the tenets of that, of omnipresent delivery are instant gratification. I want this shit right now. Unified platforms, which is successful intellectual property engages audiences across formats and channels consistently. So a franchise means that if someone watches a show, reads a tweet, or picks up a toy related to a piece of IP, it all feels cohesive. So the example there is, think Marvel Universe. I see my dog got his hand up. I'm gonna slide it over to him.
Man, one thing I forgot to yell in that, if God exists, why do bad things happen to good people? If Steve Jobs exists, then why do computers get viruses? You feel me? I just wanted to say that. But I'm listening. You feel me? When it hit me, I was like, I wrote that in my notes. I ain't say that shit.
And that's a good point, though. And another point of omnipresent.
It wasn't his plan, goddamn. You feel me? You think that pickle-headed, silly face motherfucker, I done forgot his name because he a fucking chump. Willie Gates, Slick Willie. You think he's sitting around hoping niggas figure out how to get that sorry ass software virus? No. He wanna be the autonomous goddamn technology king. That's what he wanna be. He not. Well, go ahead, do your time, man.
Yeah. Another piece of that omnipresent delivery is live commerce. So media incorporating shopping experiences because customers want it now. So being able to thing that we're gonna see in the future is being able to shop like while you're streaming. So if you're streaming a show on Hulu or Netflix or some shit, you'll be able to buy while if you see something on somebody's body, you'll be able to be like, damn, I like that. Oh, that's a fresh ass sweater. And there'll be an ad in there like, oh, this was designed by such and such, thus and fuck. And you'll be able to buy it like while you're watching that show and continue to watch that show, man. And so the second shift in the future of media is my media, which is everything is about you and things being catered to you and your experience. It's becoming a baseline expectation of people having things catered to them, and that's like your Spotify, that's your TikTok. Based on what you look at, based on what you listen to, based on what you watch, your Netflix, these are your suggestions and stuff like that. And we're already seeing it, but there's going to be a more customized curation that we're going to see here in the future. And then personalized creation.
May I interject?
Yeah, go ahead.
I legit sent emails to like customer support and stuff like 2 or 3 a year. And I just like to say, in the My Media section, I am so happy that we finally got watch parties where I could set my shit up and then hit a little chick up and be like, open your shit. And then she pop up Netflix and then like one of us control the pause and play for both of us, and we can actually sit and watch some shit while we on the phone popping shit. Like that's been a cold ass addition, especially for long distance situations. Cause nigga don't watch TV together no more cause nothing just air live and we all watch it. You feel me? So we could have hey, don't be watching the next episode of that shit without your boy type shit. Yeah, said we could get that back popping, and then we ain't gotta try to go 3, 2, click. We ain't gotta do that little bullshit. You feel me? That been real player. Amazon got that bullshit.
Okay.
I think Hulu got that bullshit, and I don't think I seen it on Netflix, but Netflix has added something that I've wanted forever. Them bitches added a shuffle button. Surprise me is what it say. I'll be like, you know what? Surprise me. Come back from the gym. I'll be like, I'm just gonna put some background noise on while I cook. Surprise me. And then you can skip and it keeps surprise. Oh, come on now. Now, when you do that to where you could do it within a show, so that once you've binge watched the show, you don't have to keep watching it linearly. I could drop into Seinfeld and go surprise me with an episode. Now we cooking with high grease. Netflix, get on it. Get on it.
Which is strange because like a lot of folks are saying that Netflix is they took a big hit towards the end of last year and coming into this year on their stock prices and shit. And I haven't done enough research to know exactly what's going on with that. I know.
They went from being a one-stop shop to CBS pulling their properties and putting it on CBS Go, HBO pulling their properties and putting it on HBO Go. Like you used to be up, Disney taking all of their stuff off. Every time a license expired, they didn't renew it. You used to be able to go to Netflix to see Seinfeld, South Park, Game of Thrones, Friends, fucking every Marvel movie that then went to streaming went to Netflix because they had an exclusive deal. And now you got to go to Disney Plus for that shit. You got to go to HBO Go. You got to go to fucking Paramount. Apple TV Plus. Apple done got in the game. Amazon wants your neck, and they got enough money to blow. And that's what for Netflix up. They leaned into original programming to double down on the profits they were bringing in, and they really spent that money so they didn't have to pay taxes on how much bread they was making. But niggas didn't watch Netflix original shows, so they didn't get like that. Didn't steal them equity from how they split up the profits from streaming. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas wasn't watching. That's why they kept canceling them fucking Netflix shows like that, because people weren't watching Netflix instead of The Office. Niggas who had seen every episode of The Office would open Netflix and watch The Office again instead of watching Black Dynamite or whatever the fuck that shit was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah. So the reason why I bring up this article is because obviously, like, we see what's pushing like media forward, and like we want to be forward thinking and building this platform and servicing our people and giving them. It's kind of like a la carte, you know, when you go to whenever you go to the dining hall. With the one that we had is you had your fruit and shit over here, your salad station, you had your hibachi station, you had your grill with your burgers and all that shit. So when you want people to be able to build their experience, how they want their experience to go, and so that's what we're trying to figure out here at Give Me Some Headlines, and where this media thing is going, so that we can provide you with that experience. And that's why we need your help. That's why we need you to hit that like, that subscribe, and that comment, so you can tell us, hey man, I ain't really dig that conversation y'all was having this week, or I really love what y'all was doing this week. Is there other things that, you know, in this space, I would love to see if y'all would do this or do that. And so we want this, like, this is, like we said, man, this is only the beginning of what we plan to do. We really looking forward to moving this platform forward, and it's not just this talk show where we get to have these types of conversations, or it's not, we want to have live conversations. We want to have different types of conversations, like across the globe. We don't want it to just be like, we tell you, we got folks that listen to us in France. We got people that listen to us in the Republic of China. We got folks that listen to us in Russia. And people are consuming this thing. And so we want those folks. And like one of the areas that they were talking about in here is, you mind if I interject real quick? You ain't got your video up, do you? You got the article up? Oh, I see your hand. What's up? I see it.
I ain't want you to get too far from when you said a la carte. We really gonna spread this bitch out, and we gonna give y'all a sampling of the full smorgasbord here at Give Me Some Headlines. Just like last week on episode Passenger 57, we gave y'all a studio session. We are going to have that separated out into different playlists for you guys on the Patreon, patreon.com/Give Me Some Headline. You know what I'm saying? Where you could get bars like Bitch, I'm a killer for real. And you don't snipe from the field. My kill-death ratio crazy. Hell, they still want to pay me. But I retire from villainy out on an island with Tiffany. And breakfast is butt naked. It ain't the waffles that's tempting me. Strawberries, whipped cream, eat that pussy for anything. A la carte Beaujolais, the neighbors gon' know my name. Shawty went vegan, but eat that meat like she needed. Be praying over me with stones. I'm too scared to do her wrong. Oh, God.
Boris.
So we've been on that a la carte shit is all I'm trying to tell you, man. We know what that shit mean, bro. We could use it in a sentence.
Dead ass.
Like, them niggas said a la carte. Them niggas don't know about no a la carte. Man, we been on this a la carte shit, nigga. Y'all don't know about no charcuterie, boy. Man, we been on that fancy shit, man. Shouts out to Sawani, man.
It's Square Bitty. Yeah. And one thing that we want to do also is educate people. Like, because we know that people are watching us getting ideas and shit. And like, we not hating on you at all. Do your ting tang.
Speak for yourself.
We building out a media empire.
We need a cut. I'm finna start putting patent pending after every episode.
But yeah, we're building out a media empire, man, and we want this platform to also be educational as well as entertaining for the people, man. So yeah, let us know what you want to hear, and we will put this article in the show notes so you can have access to it and you understand like where the media game is going, and you'll see as we transform, you'll be able to say, hey man, now they told us what they was doing. They showed it to us. They told us what they was going to tell us. They told us what they said, did it, and we're going to mash out, man. But one of the other tenets from this article I wanted to go over was consumer producers. And that part says that digital media doesn't just mean the big guys have more nimble ways of delivering content. It's the smaller creators as well. And so that's if you're a good dancer, those are your folks you see on TikTok. You see people who take good photos. Those are the folks you follow on Instagram. If you need funding for a writing career, these are people who write their stories on different platforms like Medium, Substack. They create newsletters on Wattpad, stuff like that. And so not only are individual creators leveraging their increasing professional tools and easy uploads to pour passion into platforms that they've never had access to before, but they've established their established content is living on into the future. And so creators are editing, remixing, mashing content like we showed you last week in the show. There was the one video on TikTok where my man was talking about he was talking to his girlfriend. It's my girlfriend's birthday. And then you see all the different people mash it up and remix it, man. And so creators are using other people's creations to create something brand new. And so that's what the consumer producers are, that area of how creation is changing and media is changing moving forward. And so the three tenets within the consumer producer field are democratized platforms. So nearly 80% of U.S. media consumers use social media, which means that if there's someone you want to reach, there's a platform to do it. You can, because so many people in the world right now, I think there are 6 billion smartphones, 5 billion or 6 billion smartphones that are in use right now in the world, man. So if you have a niche, like there's billions of people. So if you are looking for an audience, you can get to them. So that's what the democratized platform means. And then you have a lot of folks who are producing like the top, YouTube's top 10 most subscribed channels include some people who are creating original content, and they're not a part of a larger like Disney, like they don't have that huge backing. It's folks who are creating this shit for themselves from their homes. And then you got the passion economy, which is, so they're ad supported platforms that mesh with traditional media, with the traditional media mindset, and but individual sponsorships and product collaborations and things that are happening like on platforms like Patreon, or if I support you, I can simply go to you and support you directly. I don't have to go in some roundabout way through
no middleman.
A label, right? I can go straight to the supplier. And so
if I could interject right there, that's a place where we feel like we'll find a great deal of peers, and a place we like to exist in. Really, what I feel like it creates is a communicative relationship with fans, because we don't have to sell you a goddamn thing. All we have to do is give you the thing that you love and that you've started to connect with, and we can grow it catered to you guys as you guys help us grow the resources to give you guys this thing that we've began to really become obsessed with and build a love for and come up with all kind of ideas for. And the more we grow those resources, the more elaborate we'll be able to deliver this to you guys. Give me some headlines at patreon.com.
Well, I beat it, man. So yeah, man, as we build this media empire, we're going to come to you with more of this, because we want you to be in the know. We're not trying to pull no wool over nobody's eyes. We want to be wealthy as shit. Dead ass. Like, ain't no faking, no flogging. And we're gonna do that. But we
ain't gonna hit you like Tom's shoes and be like, "Oh, we giving away a pair of shoes for every pair of shoes you buy." We're gonna be very transparent about what's the money play.
Yeah, man. And so, but it's to create these honest platforms and to bring you content that you wanna consume and that you actually get to be a part of. We wanted that shit to be interactive, which is not metaverse, but it's actually interactive. And yeah, you actually have a say so in the content that you consume. But yeah, man, let's move on, bro. To since we're talking about consuming entertainment and consuming content, GSTV, man, what you been watching over there, bro?
Man, it's funny you say that, bro, because what I actually been watching is somebody else watching somebody else. And it is a little episodic by the name of, don't get me the line. It is a little episodic by the name of The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. And we know
that's
me.
Hilarious.
We know me. I binge watched the hell out of show, my dog. And if you remember this story, you're going to be disappointed in me. I Fight Clubbed myself. Because of how Netflix worked, I fucking fell asleep on like episode 6, middle of the night, and I fucking woke up at the beginning of episode 8. You seen the whole season?
Uh-huh.
I fell asleep in the middle toward the end of episode 6, and I woke up at the beginning of episode 8. I had to go back and watch the rest of 6, watch all of 7, knowing exactly what the fuck was gonna happen. I was so mad at myself, bro. Like, I woke up when they was in the hotel in Fight Club. Like, it was a college thing, so it was a Netflix and chill. But this gonna date myself, kids. Go ahead and peep the beard, peep the grays. They had mailed us a DVD, y'all, of Fight Club. That's how old your doggy is. We had Netflix and chill when you had to mail that shit back, wait for it to get there, and them confirm and send you that whole. You did, but we had popped that bitch into a fat ass desktop computer that had a big brain and then a fat monitor. You did, and we popped that guy in, and that bit kind of raunchy. It get kind of interesting early, so it was very easy to transition into some vittles. You feel me? So. Got in them yams. It was after football practice and everything. So I was pooped. Nigga, I fell asleep, woke up, boom. They in the hotel talking to each other. I'm like, shit. You feel me? This a good ass twist. And I ain't even got to taste the Sprite. You feel me? Like I'm hitting with the lemon and lime and I ain't even got the I ain't getting none of that. You feel me? Fuck. And then I went back and watched it. I was like, this would be one of my favorite movies of all time if I actually got to watch this shit. This show would not be that. But I did play myself. After investing in 6 episodes, I screwed the pooch. So for anybody who's thinking about checking this show out, it is fairly entertaining. It isn't over the top enough to truly be satire. It is not a Wayans Brothers production as far as a comedy at all, but it is somewhat humorous, and I enjoy the hell out of some Kristen Bell. So I'd recommend it, but if I had to rate it, I'd give this shit a 5 out of 10, especially with me fucking myself on the ending. You recommended this show, and understand, I was enjoying it just as much as you thought I was, but this made me furious because I thought I stopped doing this to myself. Just like you remember I fell asleep on that bluish chick that time, and I was like, I'd never do that shit again. Yeah. I'd never work that long, that hard, and fall asleep on my opportunity. That won't be your boy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I halfway don't even drink for them kind of reasons no more. I don't even drink, bro. I ain't missing out on no slab. But I ain't got to drink a problem. I got to drink a solution. Here you talking about? Fuck that shit. But she wasn't quite irreverent and lit the screen on fire like she normally do because of the character she was playing. Yeah. And when she's usually this take charge, badass, everybody get the fuck out of my way character, even in comedies, she was very much letting the story happen to her. So it was pretty cool to see her in a different role. That's what I mean. I was enjoying myself 10 out of 10 until I played myself, man. So I've been watching the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window. And because you already saw that woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, I tossed it to you to give me the review from the Spike P joint perspective. Do the right thing and tell me how you feel about it.
I enjoyed it, man, because it was like, it wasn't dark humor, but I like suspense, and that's what it did for me. Because the entire time for me, it was satire. From having a significant other for the past 7 years and having to watch like a lot of chick flicks, it's a lot of like it's making fun of white woman movies and like the goofy shit that they do in their movies. And so I found that shit to be like it was like in a lot of places it's very subtle.
Her relationship with the neighbor brought me so much joy.
Yeah.
From episode 1 through 8, I loved her relationship with Shorty, bro. That shit was
yeah. It's fucking hilarious, man. And so and to see that kind of play out on the screen, it's interesting. Like trying to figure out who the killer is and shit like that. And
can I, bro? That's one of the funniest things about this show. This is one of the one murder mysteries I've ever watched. And this is what pissed me off about episode 8, bruh. They genuinely got me to watch this shit, and not for a moment until I knew for sure who the killer was did I ever even think to try to figure out who the fuck the killer was. I was just watching. I was like, whatever. Every time something happened, I was like, we'll see about that shit. But I didn't give a fuck who the killer was. I was just watching this nonsense play out.
Yeah.
And I ruined the fucking story for myself. And I didn't realize I cared until I did. You know what I'm saying? That shit pissed me off, bro.
Yeah, it was
a doozy. It wasn't a deezer and a doozer, but it was all right though.
I didn't want to watch it. My lady and her mom was watching it because her mom came to visit. And I was walking through, grabbed some food, was walking through and hit them with them. What's this y'all watching? And eventually got fucking sucked in.
Bro, can I tell you one of my favorite parts, bro?
What's that?
When he came by and showed Shawty the merchandise, where he was like, that shit was so fucking. I get that moment an 8 out of 10. Because when I tell you, I laughed so motherfucking hard, bro. Kind of nigga was halfway between tears and fury, but trying to be hard. And like the way he did it was just funny. That shit felt real. That felt genuine. Like this is a nigga who don't know how to do this, who feel like he got to go do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit was funny, man.
The neighbor was the guy who, not the neighbor, like the handyman. That dude, that was wild. Like piece, It was weird.
I felt like
but
he
it
was supposed to be
funny.
an homage to Sling Blade. I felt like he was supposed to be old boy. And I love me some Sling Blade. You seen that shit?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, you gotta watch that shit. It's about Billy Bob Thornton. Well, it's about Billy Bob Thornton is the star of it, and it's about a gentleman who's mentally impaired, and he's like a handyman, a fix it dude, and like he get a job at a repair shop and shit. But I ain't even gonna try to explain the story to you. But when I tell you that shit a masterpiece, watch that shit. That little clip I posted of the dog making that face where he was like, "I studied on killing you. I studied on it quite a bit." That's a quote from Sling Blade. The movie, fan fucking tastic. You hear me? That shit is fan fucking tastic. It's from like 93 or 94 or some shit. And I saw it as a kid. When you see it, you can be like, why the fuck she let him watch this? But that's how we get here, man. But P, give me some TV, man. What the fuck you been watching other than this show that you put me up on, man? I get a recommendation. We're going to start rating the recommendations. I get a show because I ruined it a 5 out of 10. I get a recommendation a 7 out of 10. This is good stuff.
That's what's up, man.
Like if you just to give you the scale for stuff that I already know, the homie Justin Netbone recommended Workaholics. That was a 10 out of 10 recommendation. Like I saw every single episode. I saw every episode of this, but I seen every episode of that shit multiple times, and I could talk the dialogue to some of them. You feel me? Like season 3. Episode 1, business trip where they do acid. That shit a flawless episode, bro. Like them niggas meet God in that episode, and the first things they say to her, where they think they meet God. Hey, whatever, man. What you been watching on TV, G?
Man, I've been watching one thing and one thing only for the past several days, and that's been Ozark. I've been on this Ozark. Ozark that had a stranglehold on you, boy. I didn't get as much like the things that I wanted to get done in like my professional life this weekend because I was on that Ozark. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna learn how to. The way they telling this story is, and like the characters and the development of these characters has been insane, man. Like not just the things that are going on, it's just mostly the decision making. Like you like, damn, this dumbass, like this person trying to get fucked up out here. This person trying to get fucked up out here, man. And and now that because I told you a few weeks ago who my favorite character was. He is no longer my favorite character. Big Joe nah, he out of here, cuz. And that's the thing that you knew. You was like, how he your favorite character when he pulling the shit? But you knew you had more context.
That was my next question was, what season you on? And then I just shut up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm in season 4 now. And so I'm like, yeah, fuck off on this guy. I'm out of here. But big
you said fuck off on this dude.
But baby Ruthie, yeah, like I see why she your favorite character now because of her principles. Yeah. Like how like when people talk about loyalty, when people talk about doing things that to hold down a team, like she and when you're not doing shit for the team no more, like she don't believe, like she know how much she done sacrificed for the team. If you're not willing to sacrifice as much or meet her halfway, she like, okay, I'm good on this team now. And so how her character has developed, like you said, man, I pray she make it out of here because I'm at the part now where the main guy who is the bad guy has now passed the reins over to a different bad guy. And like that bad guy is
a worse guy
than the other bad guy. Cause that like the first bad guy he was a bad guy, but like there was logic to this other bad guy is like,
first guy did what he had to do. This guy do whatever the fuck he want to do.
Yeah. And he's not nearly as smart as he think he is. And so, yeah. But yeah, like the decision making in this show is just like the main woman character, like the wife of the main character, her brother, the shit that he was doing. Granted, cuz with the issues, I get it, but man, he was fucking up, and I get.
Did he pull you in emotionally?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, man.
And it tears you. You know what I mean?
This show,
he gotta die. He gotta die. He need to die.
One of the things that's special in this show, yo, is like you don't get to pick and choose who you care about. And I usually watch a show and I choose who I am, or I choose who I'm a follow and give a fuck about.
Yeah.
This show, you just gotta watch that motherfucker, man, because you get to thinking somebody, man, that shit is a great show. The one thing I ask you about, that's an element I found in hindsight, looking back at the series, man. For a casino to be a prevalent setting in the story, nobody gets up from the table. Everybody doubles the fuck down, bro. Even the brother. Nobody get up from the fucking table, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful, like, underlying element of the story, man. That the casino, like, but yeah, man. Enjoy that bit, man. And I ain't even gonna say take that 4th season slow, man. You might want to slalom that bitch because it's a doozy. That bitch.
And that's what I'm like. I got to get this over. I got to get this out. I wanted to be done by the time this show drop on Wednesday. I'll be able to talk about it next week. I want to be able to talk about it next week, going into what I got going on next week, having been digested it. Like, I wanted to have it finished by this show, but it won't be done by this show, obviously, because we having this show. But I want that one to be done because I'm there. Like, I'm there, and it's all fresh in my mind. Like, all the things that have been going on. Like, I don't want to. Your girl though, there's so many parallels between two sets of characters, but they at different points in their like physical life. The main couple, and then the couple of the one who always run around with her shotgun blowing shit up. Like, literally, if you say something crazy to her, call her a redneck you want to, you're getting your head blown off, getting your head blown into a closet, and you're getting thrown into the poppy field. She a renegade, but I see the same characteristics in her as I see
one of them.
As I see in old girl. She just don't run around with a gun blowing motherfuckers' heads off. And so it's wild, man. It's a wild ride, man. Like you said, people they only double down. And the more of a take, like even my buddy who they kind of consider the idiot. Like she was like, we're not reimbursing you for this no more, man. Like, you losing, you just losing money now. like we're not reimbursing you on this. And he was like, "Oh no, it's cool. It's all good. I'm coming in here to gamble." But yeah, it's yeah, man. It's a great show.
If I could recommend anything to you, I have. And I was about to say, if I could recommend anything to you, treat yourself and watch them last 4 episodes with the lights off. That you need a movie theater atmosphere for the last like 3 hours of the series. You need a movie theater atmosphere.
This shit got
turn the lights off and crank that volume, nigga. Have you some popcorn ready.
I was so stressed, bro.
Down in the final season, bro. That whole shit fire. Like, it's good.
Man, this shit got me stressed out. Cause like, when we finish tonight, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I ain't even gonna fry. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna watch an episode. And I got other shit to do, but I'm like, I gotta consume this thing. Like, I have to. Like, I sat up so late last night, bro. I was like, man, my alarm about to go off in like 2 hours. You know what time I get up in the morning? I like, this shit about to go off in 2 hours. I'm finna be dog ass tired today. Like, it's so many things that I want to get done. Like, thank God, Shawty was like, hey, we going for a walk today. Like, yeah, let's get up out of here, bro. I did breakfast this morning. Now, mind you, I have to eat before 7 o'clock. By the time 7 o'clock hit, I was watching another episode this morning.
That shit good.
It's good, man. Like, it's good.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm about to say, see if we can't get the watch party to work, but nah. I'm a renegade Netflix. Y'all can track me down if you want to. You know exactly what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I might check out Summer Season 4 again, run back through that shit. Cause I be I be producing and stuff while I'm watching it. So I miss a little bit of the beginning, but I might go back and check it out.
And the crazy thing also, bro. Like the maturation of like when they came back from when they went down there, oh my goodness, old girl, the lawyer.
I know exactly, yeah.
When she got when that thing that happened to her, oh man, I was like, I was like, shorty, it's good. It's really good, man. It's good. Cause everybody, settled in. She got her bitch stance, like bad bitch stance, like brought back his kids and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. Yow. I was like, oh man, you can't rest, man. When you rest in this show, and then how the daughter
Jason Bateman is known for his dry humor, and not until I finished it did I have the words to articulate what this show is. This shit is dry suspense. For it to be so gloomy and calm, it's suspenseful as fuck.
When you hear that,
how do they create so much suspense in this? Like
you hear that music.
It's only like 5 locations in this show most of the time.
Yeah,
but this shit be like it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
that shit crazy.
They little trailer park, Marty them crib,
the casino and the hotel,
the hotel, and Mexico.
That's it.
They show you. That's all they get.
And it seemed like all they do is talk about Chicago. Niggas don't never go through. Niggas ain't never in Chicago.
They talk about it all. They talk about it at least twice an episode, and you done been there 4 times since they left. They'll show you like the little sky. They'll give you like a little skyline. The also whoever does the drone footage for this joint, fantastic. Like the fantastic work. The cinematography for this joint, fantastic work. That's why I'm learning a lot from this joint.
I say it's probably about 4-5 years before that's his own Oscar award. Like the droney, niggas gonna be getting a drone operator of the year award at the Oscars here soon.
Yeah.
Cause I seen one video where a nigga flew that bitch through the window of a moving car, spit that bitch around, and then floated with the car at the speed it was driving. The shot, and then they cut to the shot that they got from it. And I was like, how? Fucking how? I ain't seen the movie, but that shot made me want to see it.
It's a music video. I think it's a Jamie XX music video.
You seen that clip I'm talking about?
Oh,
okay.
No, but I've seen something like it from a music video. And it was cold. It was they shot it in. It was a town that was abandoned in China that is a small it's a replica of Paris. And it's abandoned. And they like went there and shot a music video. And it was they was in like a 3 Series Beamer. And like they flew.
What's the name of the group?
Jamie XX. JAMIEXX. And like I don't think there's any words to the song. It's like literally the movement of like the video, and it's just instrumental, and like it just create like this crazy suspense like throughout, and like the culmination is really dope. How they brought this video and shit together, man. But can I do you something? Can I do you something? A solid.
Could you give me some headlines?
I can. And I will. So yeah, I'm gonna just hit you with them, man. I ain't even gonna preface this thing. I'm gonna hit you with these guys and see what you think this week. I chose one. I'm not gonna do that one. I don't even like it. So YouTube creators are pivoting their videos to depth.
I think I found that video for you. You want me to show it while you read the headline so we ain't got to worry about that audio?
Yeah.
Vet, all right, do your thing, G. I'm going to do it and not share sound.
Yeah. So NBC News, YouTube creators are pivoting their videos to depth versus herd content and raking in millions of views. Next headline.
Why not remember doing this? Cause that's not the type of shit I'd be doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So C, por ejemplo, I got a partner who every time we get to where we really good and drunk and somebody who around who ain't heard the story, he tell the story of me pulling a pistol on him. And to this day, I'm like, why the fuck would I have done that? That ain't me. I did not do that. And every time I say that, he always have goddamn quote the Raven nevermore around. What always happen when I say I ain't do it?
I tell you to go ask somebody who was there.
He say no. Bone always tell the story. Yeah. You always say I did this shit, and I be like, bro, I did not do that shit, bro.
Yeah, that shit.
That ain't me, cuz. You feel me? I'm all about safety. You feel me?
That shit happened, bro. He was waving out. We was like. It was it wasn't like it wasn't that crazy.
That didn't happen, bro. He lied like shit, y'all.
It wasn't like that, but it was definitely.
I hate how honest I was. I just gave the first answer that came to mind. I feel like that's the honesty the Cowmunity deserve. You feel me? But we gonna keep it, but we gonna sit here, nigga. What's your stupid moment, nigga? You ever did some silly shit and was like, why the fuck I do that? I got an example I'm thinking of.
I jumped through a wall.
Yes! Yes! Tell the people what inspired you to turn into a deer.
The P stand for keep the party going. And so there was a night in college, man, where it was a recruiting weekend, and I think I was a sophomore. I might have been a freshman still. I think I might have been a freshman.
You was a freshman.
Yeah.
And that's why I got them.
Yeah. And so I was there, and people who came on a visit, and like I didn't get to enjoy my visit. Like that was my first school that I visited. I chose the first school that I visited, but I treated it that trip like it wasn't like a real college trip. Like I stayed in a hotel room with like my mom and my aunt who took me up there. And so when people came on their visits, I was like, I want them to enjoy this shit like I should have enjoyed my shit. So when somebody came on a visit, there was a group of like folks who came on a visit, and they turned in early. I was like, man, don't be me. Don't do what I did. I was a year ago. I was in your shoes, and I could have had a whole lot better time up here had I jumped out of my comfort zone. And then I jumped into the comfort zone of a fucking wall. Like some girls was in the room asleep. They went open the door, so I knocked on the wall with my entire body and went flying through that bitch. Not flying through,
but the P council. They had locked the door in the sorority house, and that nigga P turned into
they was tired.
The Thing. What was that shit from the 90s that looked like a blue ant? You know what I'm talking about? That nigga P went running, bounding through the wall. That nigga P was a smooth, soaking wet. The nigga might have been 165 at the time. The nigga wasn't by 18. The nigga smacked through the goddamn wall. The nigga, what was fueling you, man? What was the petrol, man?
Vodka. And I don't even do vodka. I hate vodka.
Yeah. I see why.
Sky Vodka, man. Shout out to Nasty Nate. That was his drink of choice, man. Sky Vodka.
Oh, that big blue bitch? Oh, yeah. He used to stay with a bottle of that.
That big blue bitch, bro.
He had that when he dropped that motherfucking fuck bar. Mm-hmm. That shit bring about classic nights.
Yeah. But Screwdriver is Sprite, orange juice, and vodka, right?
Screwdriver is just orange juice and vodka. If you add Sprite, what the fuck that shit become? It's fuck it. It was a Screwdriver with Sprite in it. How about that?
Yeah, you're right. That's what I was on that night.
I was like, you ain't cranberry juice is the sex on the beach. I ran through 5 drinks and couldn't figure out what lemon lime soda turned it to. So fuck it. It's a screwdriver with fucking with Sprite in it. But yeah, though. And that what made me mad, bro. Nigga act like you a chump. You order Sex on the Beach. Cranberry juice and orange juice without vodka fire. I be in there ordering SOBs and shit. They be like, what that is? I'm like, Sex on the Beach.
Put that in your smoothie, bro. Put that in your next smoothie. Cranberry juice and orange juice as your juice base.
I get some cranberries and get some oranges. How about that? Boss.
Yeah. You been watching any spurts?
We dropping in now?
Yeah. Oh, cuz coming?
I thought it was gonna try. I thought, nigga, you the one called it yeah, nigga. I've been watching a little bit of the NBA. You feel me? That's actually why we went to the pool hall yesterday. You feel?
Okay then.
You been catching them NBA playoffs?
Some of it. I caught that Milwaukee game. Milwaukee-Boston game yesterday.
Yeah, that's the game I caught, man. That shit was both of them end up being blowouts.
Yeah.
But we'll start with that one, man. How you feel about how that worked out?
I don't like it. I won't. There's nothing that you don't like about Giannis, man. Like, I hate that they lost Chris Middleton, but injury is a part of the game. But I just want that. I want that guy to win, man. Like, I really like that guy. Like, everything about him. He's 27. I didn't know he was 27. He's still young as shit.
If he never leave Milwaukee, he don't have to win again to be beloved, though. If he just keep hooping and trying. And if he leave Milwaukee, the people who get him gonna be so happy he chose him. He might have a little leeway, but he got to win them one. So it's on him whether or not he just want to be able to hoop and just enjoy himself. But I wasn't surprised they got bopped, man. I wanted them to get through because I felt like you need a Pantheon great to guarantee a win in the ECF. And I don't know if Boston got that, if old Tatum chip is gonna be that. But if this the year he prove it, fuck it. But that Miami fans is some little bitches. I had a little fuck nigga go at me on Twitter, and I was like, why are you like, the nigga added me like 16 times. So I finally responded. This nigga reported my account and got my shit banned. And now they talking about I got to register my phone number. I said, y'all can delete that account. I ain't never had my fucking phone number attached to my Twitter. So how the fuck y'all need my phone number to verify who I am? Y'all don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all just trying to do that two-step verification bullshit, and I'm not attaching my phone number to their Twitter account. Y'all can delete that hoe. I could give a fuck. But yeah, that's how whole Miami fans is. So I want them bitches to feel nothing but pain for the rest of their franchise existence. I hope them niggas never win again. Fuck y'all. Nah. And that's real. Cause that's some petty ass whole shit. Nigga at you 16 times, you respond, and they got down, go report your account. It's cause he in his feelings talking crazy shit, talking like, the Lakers suck, y'all, this and that, and tell that little bitch LeBron, you welcome for us teaching you how to win. I said, first of all, shut your stupid ass up, because until y'all teach another motherfucker how to win, that shit ain't valid. Teach another motherfucker how to win, please, because without a top 10 all-time player, y'all haven't won shit. So you welcome from the Lakers for Shaq and Pat Riley teaching your bum-ass expansion franchise how to attract star players. Because without that, you wouldn't be and still hadn't been shit. Dwayne Wade or no Dwayne Wade. And nigga said, you guys had the record for missing the playoffs for 9 years in a row, the longest streak ever. I said, first of all, stupid ass boy, the record is this. And I hit him with the record. He said, not all time, asshole. I said, bitch, the Kings is on a 16-year drought right now. So how is 9 years the longest? And then I said, nigga, the Lakers drought was 6 years. He said, thank you for confirming they were the second worst all time. I sent that nigga the active list. I said, we still not top 20 for the active list. Fuck you talking about. And like nothing the nigga said made sense. So he just reported my account.
NBA Twitter get mad.
He hit me like 16 fucking comments, and I answered that shit in like 2 tweets. He got mad and reported my shit because he was in his feelings. I was like, nigga, you talking about you welcome for teaching LeBron how to win? I said, nigga, he done won 2 since he left. How many y'all done figured out? I was like, Shaq and LeBron got 5 non-Miami championships. Y'all got 3 altogether. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh yeah? I make sure you can't respond to my stupid ass points. I said, yo, you got me. You can run around being stupid as fuck until they unblock it. But the nigga a hoe, you feel me? And Miami fans stupid as fuck. And the thing he said that really pissed him off is I said, like, y'all ain't won shit without a Pantheon great. So you can quit all this teaching people how to win shit. You could bag that shit. He was like, well, big fucking deal. Who's won without a Pantheon great? I was like, y'all delusional as fuck. He was like, how am I delusional? Nobody's won without a Pantheon great. I said, bitch, who the Pantheon great on your roster right now? That's why you should shut the fuck up about thinking y'all winning.
Yeah.
That's when he reported my shit. And once he got my point and had no Pistons. Comeback, it was over with. You feel me?
Was there a Pantheon great on them Pistons teams in like 04? Not the 80s.
I consider Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, and Ben Wallace Pantheon greats.
Okay.
Because had any of them niggas been on any other team, they'd have been their defensive stopper and been ridiculous if that's all the fuck they had to do. And that's why in any given game, you never knew who was going to score their points. And that's why it was so fucking hard to stop on offense. You'd lock everybody down, and that big bitch with the afro would dunk 10 times and have 20 points on 10 shots. That nigga be dunking. That nigga have 100% field goal percentage. I hated watching them beat my Lakers. That shit was so tough to watch. When they beat the Karl Malone, Gary Payton, when they was Lakered up and had legends in their back pocket, that loss hurt, nigga, as a Laker fan. But tell you something that didn't hurt to watch. I'm at the pool hall, right? I'm at the pool hall with my dog, Rod. You feel me? We at the back table and we had the TV changed to the game. Bro, we got to a fucking sports bar, a pool hall. Star Wars on the TV, cooking show on the TV. Boy, Decatur has fucking changed. I had to ask for the NBA. It's 2 game 7 zone, and I had to ask for it to be put on ABC. It wasn't even like it was on a cable channel, nigga. And like they took 15 minutes to come change it, and I was like, this some wow. But yeah, man, said all that to say I'm in the back slandering Chris Paul as I have been known to do. And a nigga over here, and he come from his pool table and started playing pool at the one close to us when their partners show up, because we got all of the TVs where we at changed to the game. So no matter where you looking and popping shit, you can still see the game. And they only had one by the one he was at. So anyway, he was like, man, who back here slandering Chris Paul? I said, oh, that's your boy. Fuck that nigga. And for the whole playoffs, I hadn't called him his nickname because I didn't want to jinx him. And I was like, you talking about CP 3 to 6 weeks? That pussy nigga always out of here, man. And if he ain't hurt, he'll find a way to cough it up. And going into the 4th quarter, this bitch had 1 point in a game 7. After dropping 50 and going ham, Booker get hurt, and this nigga go crazy. How the fuck in a game 7, a nigga who shoot that well had 1 point going into the 4th quarter? Did you watch any of that shit?
I didn't watch any of it.
Bro.
I didn't watch any of that one. I was watching Ozark.
They got their ass whooped though. And do you know how much I enjoy that?
That was about like 33 or some shit like that, right?
For campaign and that cis ass nigga who always end up being on some team that LeBron ended up playing in the playoff, Jay Crowder. He wasn't never good for the Cavaliers, but everywhere else he want to be the trap. You ain't a LeBron stopper, cuz you just a nigga with dreads. But I like seeing that nigga not get what he want, bro. I hate for anybody to be on that nigga team, because if my energy matter, I'm willing the universe for y'all to just flub it up, because I don't want to see that nigga hoist no trophy. Yeah. Fuck that nigga Jay Crowder, bro. Especially when he found a way to stunk his ass up when he was on the Hawks until he got up out of here. That nigga just whack, bro.
He done been in. Well, ain't he been in Utah too?
Yeah, but he getting that bag because he good, but
yeah. He definitely he always
ain't nobody gonna pay him what he worth.
Yeah.
So he get what he can from somebody else. Okay, he ain't gonna stay and take less than what he worth. He gonna get as much as he can, and I respect that element of it. But they make sure they pay him something that could be included in the trade package. So that's kind of how he end up everywhere too. But yeah, man, they talking all that shit to the Lakers and didn't even make it to the conference finals. That's some funny shit. Cause what's your excuse? Everybody was there for this one. I'm gonna hit you with the stats. That bitch Booker shot 26%, like real ugly shit. Cause
oof, I'm glad he failed too. I thought he
was bro. Y'all want to come
at
at Brown with this fuck shit? Go ahead and be tough guys in the regular season again and see how it work out for you. Chump ass nigga.
Yeah, be whooping on that. You think the Warriors are gonna do it?
Calling Luka soft and shit. You remember how I felt about them soft comments when we talked about it?
Yeah.
I ain't with that Book shit. And Book soft pussy come score 11 points with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Shot 3 of 14, 21%. I gave him 5% more than he did get. Then the little bitch had 4 turnovers, minus 41. Devin Booker was minus 41 after calling Luka soft, coming right back off of injury. Acting like Luka was faking and making fun and shit. Luka got back on his feet and gave them niggas a smooth ass 35, 10, and 4 in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, he gave them 35, 10, and 4. But D-Book, who hard as a motherfucking granite stone, gave you 11, 3, and 2 on 21% shooting in 37 minutes. Sounds soft as fuck to me. And your general gave them 10, 1, and 4 on 50% shooting. The nigga only took 8 shots in the game 7. Y'all hard as fuck. Y'all built for this shit. Y'all tough guys, or y'all front running pussies.
You heard Pat Bev comments? You heard Pat Bev comments? He called.
What Miss Donda say? It cannot always be night. The sun didn't come up this night. It's still nighttime out there in Phoenix on y'all pussy niggas. It's still night, baby. Y'all better put that praise God on and get some Kanye in your life. Cause them delusions of grandeur without actually backing it up, we don't support that fuckery. You feel me? So yeah, just to wrap up for the fans, man, and the community. Celtics and Suns advance to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, where they will be playing.
The Suns are not advanced.
Oh yeah, they damn sure did. And it was fun if you heard that and it brought you the slightest bit of subconscious joy, I'm glad you get to be disappointed immediately, Suns fans. But the Mavericks and Luka legend, Baby Bird, the Slovenian slayer, they got down what that boy name? I started to call that nigga Luka Lit, cause he looked like Brad Pitt with that stupid ass 90s Luka Lit. I might work with that. Luka Lit. But anyway, man, to give y'all the proper bracket, cause I almost flippity floppity. You got the number 1 seed. For people who be gambling, y'all gonna be confused by this. In the Eastern Conference, you have the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed, the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. And in the West, you got the number 3 seed versus the number 4 seed.
Oh, that's funny.
What a big fucking coinkydink, right? Golden State Warriors at number 3 with home court versus the Dallas Mavericks. It shall be interesting. Last time this type of construction of a Warriors team faced this type of player, they blew a 3-1 lead. How you think it's working out, man? LeBron got in their ass, man, and from all accounts, this is Luka's LeBron year, because you know his second time in the playoffs, he went to the finals.
This ain't gonna be black of me at all. Out of these 4 teams, I'm pulling for Dallas.
Yay, that white man.
Like, I want Luka to win out of these 4 teams. I do not want them light skinned ass motherfuckers from out there by the football.
It's
Miami?
forever fuck Boston.
I like Miami enough. Like they cool.
Nah, not until these stupid ass fans came and pulled a kamikaze mission on my Twitter. Because I should have known because it was one of them non-Avi accounts. But I get it. Nigga be tweeting with his location on. You have to see me, cuz. We got real beef. Now I'm talking shit, but if he listening, we got smoke. He reported GSH too. So you should be mad. Because it's in my Twitter bio. Try to log into Twitter. You can't.
That's why I couldn't tweet. Bro, I tried to.
Yeah, that's exactly why you couldn't tweet.
Some F1 tweets. I like, man, I guess. I was like, what happened to our shit?
And nigga Dave out here beefing in the street.
Bro. You a dick.
Me? He the dick. I'm going to send you the email of the tweet that got me banned. The one he reported. And I think the word that got me reported was hoe. Because it said something about gender, identity. Yeah, I was like, a hoe ain't gender specific. Like,
it's not. Bitch and hoe is not gender specific.
That's wildly unfair. That's Twitter being misogynist.
Yeah, they should be banned.
Elon, get it together. You seen this bullshit? My bad. GSS. All right, who you got Miami Boston? You say you want Dallas to win the whole thingy. Are you predicting that they beating Golden State though?
Dallas?
Yeah. Tallahassee.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Bet. So who you got Miami Boston? I second that motion because this is what I want to happen. I could give a fuck about what the odds say.
I want Boston to win because I got to have somebody that I don't want in the finals. Like I want to have somebody I'm going for and somebody I'm going against. So I want Boston to be. I want to see Tatum do well. I like
now.
Tatum. I
gotta hope that Tyler Hero leave Miami because when I say it's fuck Miami forever, it's fuck Miami forever. Cause nigga trying to play with my paper, play with my pimping. Cause I ain't never got banned. You feel
they real good though, bro. That team, that Miami.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, they
Jimmy Suckers can suck it. You feel me? I hope them niggas lose in 4. I want it to be ugly coming out party. That nigga just bought Kevin Durant. You feel me? He ain't finna go in there and be afraid of Jimmy Butler. I hope Brown fight that nigga.
Them boys hooping though. As much as I don't like Boston, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are hooping.
Yeah, I hope Marcus Smart get in Jimmy Butler ear and really fuck with his game. I'm gonna be watching that one close. Like I'm dead at. I sent Boo our correspondent from last a message that said, "Nigga, for the next 2 weeks I bleed green. Then you're on your own, baby bubba. Let's get it done."
Man,
they play tomorrow at 8:30. Miami versus Boston. 8:30 on ESPN and TNT has the West Coast series kicking off Wednesday, Mavericks versus Warriors. Y'all be sure to tune in.
So it's a game of night.
Go ahead and pull GSH up on your phone so that y'all seeing this commentary as you watch that shit. You feel me? I'm gonna drop that clip on the social media.
You said you pulling you going with Boston too? Boston Dallas, or you going with Golden State?
Yeah, it's fuck Miami and fuck Golden State. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Golden State don't even have a grudge as much anymore, so much as if they gonna win it, they need to win it in the year they got to go through LeBron. I don't like that they might win it in the year that they ain't have to see that man. Because he had to see them niggas every time he got it once they got good. So I don't want them to sneak up the ass of the competition, Ricky Bobby style. I want them to have to come down the pipe of the goddamn. To be the king, you got to beat the king. And fuck that adding the 4th when you ain't have to play LeBron for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do want to see Clay average 35 a game, but I want to see him lose.
Yeah, I love that Game 6 Clay is how they got to the Western Conference Finals. Steph came on in the 4th and did his little thing to pile on. Clay is why they was on top, though.
Yeah.
Y'all all fell in love with Jordan Poole. Y'all fell in love with Steph Curry. And he hit y'all with that Bain speech when everything came crashing down. No, not the Bain, the Thanos. What did it bring you back to? Me. He came through the rift of time on y'all asses. Game 6 Clay. Straight up, boy. Yeah, man. But hey, yeah. That's I'm with that, man. So we going Mavs and motherfucking Celtics in the motherfucking finals for Luka first title. That's gonna be poetic for him to beat. So Larry gotta be at the game where he win the title.
Oh man, that would be fantastic.
He win the MVP and he come up there and give it to him.
What is he like, 23, 24?
And it's the Bill Russell MVP trophy. Luka?
Yeah.
He was 17 when he was drafted. What year is this? This is third year in the playoffs. They didn't make it the first year.
So he might be 22 or 23.
Yeah, you might be right, nigga.
That's crazy. That boy bad, man.
That nigga. Birthday. That nigga 23. That nigga was born in 1990 motherfucking 9. In February. He just turned 23, nigga.
Nah,
he ain't a slick 23. He ain't a slick 23. He just turned 23, nigga.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Slovenia finna be on 10.
And now that I think about it, this is his 5th year. He got drafted when he was 17, and he got 2 years in with Dirk, and they ain't make the playoffs. But then when it was his team, he didn't make the playoffs for a year, and then he started getting busy. You feel me?
Oh, man.
You got anything else on the NBA?
You're in love with somebody else.
TSG, could you tell me, give me some headlines?
I will tell you something good.
Could you motherfucker, you could have said yeah when I said TSG. Could you tell me something? Do you know what time it is? Could you tell me something good?
I sure damn can, man. So, bruh, you and I both have this thing that's hanging over our heads. It's not mistletoe. It is
bitches and hoes. No, I'm talking shit.
Let's think back to the flight deck when we talked about things happening to people and bad things happening to good people. Now, there are a lot of bad things happening to good people in the form of student loan debt. And so whenever I see a story of somebody getting their shit alleviated, that shit bring me so much joy, bro. Because if it was only bad people in this world, man, like I got student loan debt. I hate the people who, I got student loan debt. You gonna have student loan debt. They shouldn't relieve your student loan debt. They shouldn't wipe that shit clean, man. Fuck that. Having to pay back thousands of dollars because you want to learn is insane. And so whenever somebody step up and they alleviate that stress for somebody and give them money back, I don't give a fuck if it's $2,500. I don't give a fuck if it's $25,000. I don't give a fuck if it's $250,000. Having that debt be paid and you not having to worry about it, I don't care if it happened for me, but whenever I see it happen for somebody, bro, I am jubilant, especially when that shit happened at graduation. When you going into the real world, knowing that shit not hanging over your ass no more. So there was an anonymous donor that paid off the student debt for an entire 2022 college class in Texas. Students at Texas College, at Wiley College were shocked to hear President and CEO Dr. Herman J. Felton Jr. announced that their balances had been paid off. The recent pandemic had exacerbated some students' ability to pay their debts, so some graduates and parents in the audience in Marshall, Texas were especially thrilled to hear that news. Our commitment to our students goes beyond their time while they are enrolled, said Felton. We are grateful for this anonymous donor who will assist the students in paying off their balances. The estimated total owed by class of 2022 at the historically black college was $300,000, and somebody wiped that slate clean for every last one of them, bro. Somebody wiped that shit clean. The average student debt was $17,500, and they all getting up out of there without having that bill hanging over their heads. They get to make their money and keep it in their motherfucking pockets, and not have to pay that minimum balance or whatever the hell have you for X amount of years.
Grab in it. Them niggas started talking about forgiving it. I stopped paying it immediately. I said, I'd be damned if I pay this shit back and then y'all forgive it. And I graduated with less than 12 in debt. Them niggas done hit interest on it and got it back to 12. I said, y'all ain't getting a dime on that shit. I said, y'all niggas $1 a month for the rest of my life. Come get it. Fuck they talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Don't come get it. Nigga be trying to take a tax return from what I hear. Fuck y'all niggas. Don't come get your boy.
They'll garnish your wages and shit, man. They be on that fuckery.
I made pre-tax income. They can garnish this dick, nigga. That's why you go get entrepreneurial money. Them niggas can suck me off, cuz. And then when you don't get a tax return and you just pay taxes every year, what they gonna do? What that nigga used to say, what the fuck they gonna say now? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I probably cut this part. Let me screenshot that. I don't want beef with BAFTA. Who they changed Navient to? BAFTA or some bullshit like that.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Fuck whoever it is. It doesn't talk about. But shit. That's the end of it?
Yeah.
You know how we do, whether it's a cue to wrap it up or to figure out where you at. Yeah, say you best believe that we here give me some headlines. Go give you what you need. And we always gonna preach that it is better to give than it is to receive. Yee.